So we're here today with Mr. Tauseef Qadri, and he did an amazing workshop with horses. So he does what it's called horse-assisted training for management. So if you're a manager, you should definitely look it up. So Tauseef, tell me about yourself. Where were you born, and how did you end up loving so much horses?
Actually, I grew up in Saudi Arabia, a small city called Tabuk, which is in the northwest. And since I can remember, I've been involved with horses. I think I started riding when I was around 4 or 5 years old, and this passion has sort of built up since then. And I was lucky enough to cultivate it all the way through. From Saudi Arabia, I went to boarding school in the UK, and over there I learned horsemanship with perhaps one of the best exponents of horsemanship, or horse whispering as it's colloquially known, a lady named Nigella Larson. And this passion has fueled since then.
So what made you not study horses or become a jockey rather than become a management consultant? The horses weren't listening, so you went to the men?
Actually, the type of horsemanship that I'm into, I basically understand the horse's perspective, or so to speak, the language that he speaks, which is a clear, codified, discernible language. Being a jockey sometimes contravenes those rules. And physically, I'm just not small enough to be a jockey. So hence, I'm not a jockey, but I've been fortunate enough to study at some of the best academic institutions. So I have a desire to be able to combine my two favorite things in the world, and somehow I've just managed to do this through this program.
So tell me, what is this program for, and who is it for?
Essentially, it's for leaders, specifically in the corporate sector. There's a sense of symbiosis here. To work with a horse, you need to build trust, establish a relationship, form a version of communication that's mutually intelligible, and then, of course, you can have conversations about leadership, as in who encourages who to do what and how they feel about it. That dynamic is directly applicable to a corporate environment.
So walk me through the process. What will happen if somebody takes a course?
Basically, my flagship course is 2 days long, and in that, candidates are given various methodologies and frameworks to work with, specifically looking at emotional intelligence competencies. That is combined with giving you a horse, and over the 2 days, it is your responsibility to build a relationship with that horse. You're given specific tasks and projects to do with your horse, based on horsemanship tools and techniques. And over these 2 days, we expect to elicit a considerable change from the lens of emotional intelligence.
Okay, so you did something like a blindfold exercise. What does that supposed to do for people?
Blindfolding was a bit of an analogy. We've taken away a sense, one of your primary senses, with which, of course, you interpret the world. And that sense of confusion requires a form of leader, a partner, who accepts that state of mind. The horse is more or less supposedly born blind in that sense as well. It doesn't know what people are asking it to do. It doesn't know what a circle is. It doesn't know what an obstacle is. It just does these things with the person. If we can make this fun, and if we can make this safe and secure, you have a very motivated horse. Incidentally, if you make people feel safe, secure, and make it fun, you have outstanding performers.
So those who like credentials, like where did you get a degree from? So where did you get your degree from, and what was it in?
Good question. I went to school in Warwick, in the UK. I've got a BSc in Management Sciences from Loughborough University, which is in the UK, and I've got an MSc in Sustainable Development from the University of London. Specifically, sustainable development looks at the tri-pillars of managing a profit, simultaneously looking at its social impact and its environmental impact, and reconciling those three fundamental pillars. In light of current debates about climate change and environment, it's a very, very important basis of knowledge.
So those of you who have problems with dealing with your emotions and don't understand how emotions really work, get a horse and call Tauseef up and join his course or something. This is Tauseef. Tauseef, what's your email address?
My email address is tauseef.cavallo consulting.
How don't you spell the whole thing?
Okay. TAUSEEF dot Cavallo, which is spelled CAVAYO consulting, CONSULTING, all one word, at gmail.com.
And you can also find him on Facebook and look up this video and share this with other people. Thank you.